Once upon a time, a little girl became very sick and lost all her memories. She was empty as the day she was born. But in that dark emptiness, the voice of God spoke, "Walk, talk, heal." And by grace through faith, she did. Soon, the girl was even fuller and more alive than before her forgetting. But the voice of God continued to speak to her, and soon he commanded, "Heal others as I have healed you. Teach them the power of faith, that it may connect them to me and my power." My name is Robin Renee Wilson, and that little girl was me. For the last 35 years, through my relationship with God, I have participated in many miracles of healing, prophecy, and deliverance. None of these should be possible, but that is God's way. You can accomplish anything, heal the deepest wounds, and create doors where there were only walls, if you simply trust in faith over facts. Hi, welcome back to Faith Over Facts. I'm your host, Robin Renee, and today I have my co-host with me, Kristal Green. Welcome,
Hi.
Kristal.
Hi.
Kristal, you know what? Tell us a little about yourself for the new viewers.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Kristal Green. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I've been in this profession for over 24 years, providing therapy to families, individuals, in the school district, and so forth.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Kristal.
You're welcome.
Need a little therapy today, Kristal. A little therapy today. Today, updates on our challenge. I'm telling you, just have to release.
Yes.
This challenge, you guys, honestly, I thought this challenge was going to be easier. But this challenge has been a challenge. And I didn't realize that I thought I was pretty good with challenges until I started this challenge.
Right,
This
exactly.
challenge is like, oh my God, no.
How are you doing?
Oh, not that well. And I don't know if it has a lot to do with the loss of my mom and the different changes that's going on in my life. But it has been, I think last week we kind of talked with Karen about roller coaster. It's been like a roller coaster, you know. It was like, oh my goodness. It was like up and down, up and down. And this week I'm getting closer and closer to the date.
Okay.
And it's still been a little bit of roller coaster, but I have been more mindful.
Okay. That's
A little
good.
more mindful. What I'm putting in my body, I've been drinking my little beet juice with a little ginger and, trying to make sure that I have, and drinking my water and just trying to be more salads, trying to be a little more mindful. I did walk this week because I kind of got out of the walking. So I did walk and it was a struggle because I was tired. My back was hurting. I was like, okay, But I went ahead and pressed through the pain because I had work that day, and I normally would try to work out early, like before I start work. But I got off work a little early, and I said, well, let me just try to go and walk, before I go home. And Kristal, my body was hurting. I mean, I was like, my hips, my leg, my body was like, but I had to press through it. I said, you know what? Guess what? If I was at work, I would be working. So let me just press through this walk around this track a couple times and just press my way. And
I love that you said that because I want to talk about that and break that down later because what you just said, like, let me think about it. If it was for work, I would do it. You know what I mean? I love that. We're going to break that down more. Okay. No, because I think like that too sometimes, right? Like, let me pretend I'm doing this for so-and-so and then I get through it, right? But I get it, but it sounds like you've been making some good choices. Like
I'm doing better this week. This week, the last couple of weeks, I feel like I have been doing a little better. The people are out of my house. It makes a difference. The house we have a couple more little things to do with the fire, but literally they're not there. So I can focus on me again and have a little downtime to just kind of take care of me, breathe a little bit. And so and then, make myself, try to make myself more of a priority,
Exactly.
What about
I know
you?
for me, it's been rough, right? I think the hard part is I've been measuring my success or my progress based on the traditional ideas of dieting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Okay, am I eating only this amount of calories or these salads, and am I working out? And those are like the only two measures like for success. But honestly, when I look at it, I've really been just trying to do small things.
That's good.
And that's what we said last time, right?
Yes.
Those were going to be our goals. I've been trying to drink more water. And then I switched over to mushroom coffee
in
the mornings.
Yeah.
Partially because I deal with a lot of acid reflux. And I was like, let me just focus on my health.
Yeah, I love it.
And stop stressing so much about my weight. Do you know what I mean? So switching over to mushroom coffee.
I heard a lot about it. How does it taste?
It's good. It's actually pretty smooth.
Okay.
And I still put my creamer in it. So I still make it an enjoyable cup of coffee.
Okay.
And I've gotten used to it. And then actually by accident, I enrolled in the auto shipment, so I keep sending them. So I have to keep drinking it because I can't just let it sit there. So, but I think it's helping. It's reduced my acid.
Okay.
And I was struggling before with vertigo.
Okay.
And I was getting really dizzy. And so I've been really trying to just kind of clear my system out of medication, trying to figure out, why don't I feel good, right? And I think it's the easy thing to say, oh, I need to lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're struggling with your weight, you know, that's what everyone says, right?
Yeah.
You need to lose weight. But
it's more than that.
It's more than that. And I was like, well, what is it? Is it the medication I was taking for pain? So I actually stopped taking it for about 3 weeks. And I did start to feel a little bit better.
When you're okay.
Yeah, but then my body was achy. Like my knees started hurting, my hips were tight, and I realized how much that pain medicine was helping me. But I'm not sure if it was good for me.
You know what's so good, Kristal? I was listening to something the other day, and they were saying how your body, especially your hips for women, can hold the pain. Like if you're going through some pain, different painful situation, different things in your life, your hips can hold the pain. And I said, why do I never had pain in my hips before.
Because you're stressed and you're
Because with my
pain.
mom and the pain of my mother. And I said, this makes sense. Because I have never experienced pain in my hips. But I realized, I was like, I'm starting to have pain in my hips because I said, wow, that's powerful. We don't even realize the things that we carry.
We don't. And there's a lot of studies, which I haven't done. But I heard a little bit ins and outs of how your body holds stress and pain and the different things and where it manifests.
My goodness.
You know, like different things like grief can manifest here or trauma can manifest here and different exercise, just stretches that release that. So I just really start trying to think about my health. So I haven't been on that medication. I've been drinking my mushroom coffee. I have a dog, so I've been trying to walk him at least twice a day.
Yeah.
And even at work, when I'm on the phone, like a private conversation, I walk.
That's great.
So I leave my office and I walk the parking lot.
That's great.
So I've just been trying to get in steps where I can. I can say that I am feeling a lot better.
That's great. And that makes sense what you said about the stretching, because I normally stretch all the time and I haven't been stretching. It's just been getting up early, go to work and come back, whatever. And, but getting back to I want to get back to my normal routine of just my stretching and stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Kristal. Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to try that mushroom coffee.
Oh, I have a whole bag. I have extra bags.
I know I've been seeing it on Instagram. Did you get yours off of Instagram or you just got it?
I did. It kept popping up on my Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I finally ordered some, especially because they were saying, because there's 6 different mushrooms in it, long story short, but 6 different mushrooms and each mushroom has different benefits for you. Like, like just reducing acid, reducing inflammation, memory, just all of those things.
I definitely want to try it. Definitely.
So I will bring you some. But I say that to say that if you're struggling like we've been struggling, right?
Yeah, struggle.
And just it might look like procrastination, right?
And that's the thing. And that's, Kristal, I'm telling you, the procrastination has been real for me because I'm trying to I want to so bad do better. And make myself, that priority, but procrastination, and I'm like, okay, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago about the 3 Ps. I talked about my 3 Ps: of procrastination, pessimism, and then also making myself dealing with that perfectionism. you know, and trying to get to that because self-sabotage, I'm trying to get to the place where I make myself a priority. But procrastination, Kristal, has been like, it's so hard. Tell me, how can I overcome this procrastination? Because let me tell you, it has been just getting, like I said, I've been doing better, but then I slack on something else. No, I want to do better in all areas. How can I get to the place where I'm doing better in all areas of my life when it comes to my health?
Right.
You know, not, okay, you know, I stopped drinking the coffee, but I realized when my cousin Susan came, she was like, yeah, but you know, that artificial sugar sweeteners. I'm like, oh, it's not, it's sugar free. The reason why the coffee was still good because it still had a sweetener. I'm thinking sugar free. I thought it was just, I didn't even pay attention. I'm like, well, hold on, the sweetener in there is still, oh man.
Yeah.
So just, you don't really, I'm thinking it was sugar free, like no sugar, free from sugar. I wasn't thinking about, because I don't never really do the substitute. I'm thinking it's just a substitute.
Right.
But so I was, in my mind, it was sugar free. And no.
But you tried.
I tried.
Right?
I tried.
You tried.
I think I wanted some
you know, it's like that sometimes, right?
I'm like, oh my goodness.
But
it was funny.
yeah, procrastination is interesting because I think that we hear that word and we immediately internalize it as a bad thing that we're doing. Like, I'm not doing this, so I must be messing up. You know what I mean? Like, it has such a negative connotation to it. But I think that if we see it more like just a symptom of something else rather than an identity, then it becomes a little different, right? Like, we have to give ourselves grace and learn how to be observers.
Yes.
Just observe.
Yes.
Not judge. Just observe your own behavior. Like, hey, what's going on with me, right? And
I have been there lately.
Yes, have you?
Yes.
Is it hard to observe?
It's hard. It's hard, and I have been crying out to God. I shared with Karen, even with my soul has been crying out to God. Like, I'm not in a happy place. What's going on with me? Because I've been, I don't like this. I don't, and I believe God is putting like a magnifying glass. Like, see this? We want to work on that. See that? I want to work on that. Those areas that He never. It's like He's like it's shining over me. Like, let's start dealing. Let's go deeper. I believe when you start dealing with your soul, it's those issues of the soul, and you go deep, then you really begin to see yourself the way, you know. And I've been saying I want to see myself the way God sees me. Watch what you say. Watch what you say, because then he takes you deeper, and it might be some areas where you're not going to be too happy.
You're not going to be happy about it, and it's going to take change.
Yes.
And that's really, you know, just to kind of wrap up what procrastination really is. It's really a symptom of deeper stuff, right? So procrastination, it looks like procrastination, but it could be a symptom of fear. To move forward. It could be discomfort to make change.
Ooh, that discomfort is real.
Because that's very real, right? Or it could even be just like just you being overwhelmed.
I think I'm all three.
Check.
Yes, all three.
Yeah.
Because it was funny because God had a gentleman come into the salon the other day, and he was such a blessing. Something I've been praying for. And he said, we're going to start this new program. I'm like, okay. He was like, we're going to just drink water for 3 days, only water, fast. What? I never had I'd fast, of course, but never 3 days with just water. But Jesus did it. Look, He did it for 40 days. But I'm like, 3 days? He was like, yes. I'm like, that's real. And I'm like, oh, that's scary.
That's scary. Now, Matt, take that scary, because if it, like, what if I can't do this? What is this going to be like on day 2 when I'm starving? Right?
I'm like,
and I mean, take that and put it into, are you eager to start that right now? No, like that's not the top thing on your list.
I'm already trying to get past this eating right.
Like, you're like, let me go wash the dishes first, or maybe I can start with this. So it's going to look like procrastination, but it really is. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's fear, overwhelmed by, maybe you set your goals too high. You want to be a little challenged, but you don't want to be like, oh my goodness, like, I'm not going to meet this.
And that's so true, Kristal, because I always felt like I always set my goals this way. We talked about that on the other one, the piece. Setting my goals so high, and I just don't finish because when it comes to the weight loss and the weight challenge, just to be a healthier me, it has been. And so when he said the 3, I said, not 1 day. He was like, no, you need to do 3 days. He said, I'll do it with you. And I'm like, 3 days? And I said, now I do the day, and it was so funny because they said, just do like the Daniel fast. I said, yeah, I embrace the Daniel fast. I have done the Daniel fast several times, but just water, And so I'm like, okay, trying to get my mind. And now I prayed about it. I'm like, okay, God, like he said 3 days, God. He was like, he's just gonna really help you with your mind, your fog, because sometimes just that fogginess. I'm like, forget for you. It's just a lot.
That's a lot. Because in my spirit right now, God's like, tell Robin you'll do it with her. I'm like, wait, is that really you?
It is a lot.
I don't know. I don't know.
Kristal, 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, and I'll let you know when I'm starting. And I told him, I said, I think I want to talk it over with my husband and see what he thinks. Like, Brian, don't be in here frying up those potatoes and making that good because that man, my husband can cook.
You're like, do not make my favorite
Please
foods.
do not make the favorite foods that day. Let's work together. So and it's so funny because I haven't told my husband yet about this challenge, this particular thing I want to start. But I said, I'm going to let him know, babe, okay, I want to start next Monday or next Sunday because I'm off, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, right? So it's like, so even if you do your Saturday, Sunday, and then, but Kristal, but the guy was like, it doesn't matter when you start. I'm like, what you mean it doesn't matter when I start? I need to start where I'm not around. You know what I mean? Because I need to be in the mindset.
And you might need to separate yourself a little bit from people.
Yes.
I know when I've had the most success with any type of disciplinary thing or losing weight, I've had to somewhat separate myself. Because you cannot be in those challenging situations.
No, I need to be by myself. No food. I need to make sure I tell my daughters, my husband, my friends, listen, I am on only clear liquid, and that's water only, and so I have never done this is so the procrastination is real. He was so when you want to start, I think in a week, but I really want to start. I know that I need to start, and the thing about it is when you do the same thing, you get the same results.
You sure do.
So guess what? I have been doing it this way, and I think this is why I'm messing up for so long, because I've been doing the same thing. And I think I need to do something fresh and new. And then it was so funny because when he was talking to me about some things, and my cousin, she shared, Dr. Susan, she was like, yeah, you need to learn how to be hungry. You need to learn how to just say no. And I said, I did that before. But that was for a night. For a night, not a whole 3 days.
Right.
And so, but we have to learn how to suffer.
Yeah.
Christ did it, and we need to learn. We say, Lord, we want to be like you, and you paid it all on Calvary. And he did. So we know we can do it. If he did it, we know we can do it. But the thought, he did it for 40 days. Like,
and then we live in a culture of right now. Like a culture of like, whatever I want is at my fingertips right now.
Microwave.
I can microwave it. I can go get it. I can go to the drive-thru. I can go to the store. And then, like, if you're anything like me, I think I work hard every day. If I want that, I can go get it.
A little treat,
right? Like, I can have this for dinner. I can have, but that is really not like living to be healthy. It's living to indulge,
and that's the thing. And we're not really supposed to eat to enjoy the food. We're supposed to eat for nourishment, and we know these things.
We do, but okay, so I hear that we've done some introspection.
Yes.
And we might not be there where it's a habit yet, and it's every day and it comes naturally, right? But we're somewhere in the change process.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because it takes time. We're starting. And
we have been doing better. It's not that, maybe not as much as we would like.
And I did lose 5 pounds.
I'm so proud of you.
It's been but I didn't know, but still that's okay, right? I think what's important though is like sometimes we see the whole picture. Like just imagine like if the whole wall was a canvas and that's our goal, we see the whole thing. Like I got to do that, right? And I think some people's brains function like that anyway. And then some people's brains function in pieces. Like I see it, but we're going to start there and we're going to do this. So we have to learn how to break the picture up.
Yeah, it's true. I love
because
that.
Then we get overwhelmed.
I love that. Break the picture up.
So if it's, I'm going to lose weight and it's like I have to do all these things, right? We want to stop that and just, I'm going to do this part and then this part. And so the other thing I've been doing, and I don't know, it's not about necessarily weight loss. For me, it's really about habits, right? Good habits. So every morning before I leave for work, I try and do something to clean my house. Just one thing.
Good.
So just one thing.
That's really good.
Yeah, so I've been really trying. Like, I had some stuff to go to Goodwill, and it's been packing up, stacking up. And I'm like, one day I got to take all this and put it in the car. No, the other day I went in there, I took 2 boxes, put it in my car, went to work, stopped by Goodwill, dropped them off.
That's good.
And it didn't seem like much, but I've been trying.
It's a form of cleansing.
It is.
And releasing. That's good. I love that.
So every morning, I try and do at least one thing, even if that's just wash a few dishes and then go to work. So that's in that same concept, I'm trying to prioritize my health like that. Right?
I love it. That's beautiful.
Because the question is, that's the way to work through the procrastination, right? And how to self-prioritize. How do I prioritize me? So like you said earlier, I'm going to pretend like this is for work. And then you push through.
I push through.
Because work is a priority for you. It's a part of your identity of success. It makes you feel good. It brings you money. You get a return from it. You have a good reputation. So it was like, I'm going to pretend like this is for work, which is kind of like telling, because it's like, why didn't we have that same motivation just because it's for us?
There it is. And that's why Let Me Love Me is so important.
It really is.
Because we do for everybody else. And I have been struggling and battling with that. And I didn't know for so long. And so, because I'm so used to doing for everyone else. So now trying to make myself this priority and make myself, just doing it for me,
Just doing it for you.
And I was making excuses because I had some of my juices. I said, my juices is in the car. And I'm like, those juices are going to be okay while I walk around this track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is just going to have to be okay. And I still need to go to Hobby Lobby. How about that? You know what I mean? So Lord, cover my juices, Because but God is good because I heard you say you lost 5 pounds. That's really good, Kristal. I have not weighed myself, but I have noticed that my clothes is fitting looser.
Then that's an indicator.
So I know that I'm doing something. I'm like, oh, hey, these leggings or this like even this is fitting looser than when I wore it before. Good. So I know I could tell that that I'm doing a little better, but at the same time, it still has been challenges. So just still pressing my way towards it all. But that's good, yeah. So making ourselves a priority is everything. But it felt good walking around that track and just releasing and it's so funny because after I got around the track the first time, my hip stopped hurting. I said, look at this.
You know what a physical therapist told me when it comes to joint pain? Motion is lotion. The more you move your joints, the more they'll get looser and you'll create that, I don't even know what you call it. It's some type of liquid in between your joints. But that, it will help it.
That's good.
Because sitting is like one of the worst things you can do.
And I think because I sit a lot, even though I'm a hairstylist, I do sit to do the hair as well on my little stool or whatever. I don't stand a lot on my, so when I do hair, I sit. And so that makes a lot of sense.
I noticed that too for me at work. I'll sit for like hours, right? It might be a meeting on Zoom or whatever, but when I get up, I'm so super stiff. But then when I go take my little walk in the parking lot, like after a few minutes, I'm feeling so much better.
And it's funny because my husband said, you should just start just walking around the parking lot in between your clients. Just like walking around the little shopping center. I'm like, you know what, that's a good idea. Just doing something like that, just a little quick walk. Or he said, before you get in your car, just walk the block and then come back and then get in your car. So, and I was like, you know what, that is a good idea, babe. Little changes, means a lot. Little changes.
We have to focus on prioritizing self.
Yeah, because he walks a lot. Well, wow, this is good. This was good, just making ourselves a priority. We want to do a part 2 of our self-challenge, just making ourselves a priority and some affirmations. So let's just talk about that next.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Faith Over Facts. I am Robin Renee and Kristal Green.
Yes.
Yay. And we just enjoy you. Just remember, make ourselves a priority and remember to just speak I ams over your life. Okay? See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Faith Over Facts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We have new episodes every Friday. If you would like to support the ministry by donating or purchasing Faith Over Facts merch, please do so by visiting my website, RobinReneeMinistries.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.